so here we have a nice piece of canvas, and we have some Posca pens. I just use random colors, but we could start with blue. We could do like some bubble letters, so I'm gonna do, I use the word dope a lot, so maybe we could do that word. And this is just something that I'm gonna do freehand, no eraser, no pen, no nothing. Something's coming off the top of the head, and hopefully you guys like it. Alright, so when you're doing graffiti, you want to get bubbles. Some people like bubbly art, you know, that's like fast throws. So we're gonna do, let me see how we can do. So you want to catch a finger and a finger, so you have the same length on the whole, so it looks nice. So here, just off, it's quick. You just want to get it right. So now we can, and like I said, the way things go, see the caught off guard right there. But don't worry, you can fix that. Then, you know, and then you can catch like, all right? And that's just making sure it has the same. So now you could take that, and now what you do is you want to catch, so you could do this way 3D, or you can go to the left 3D. So usually I do from front, so if you look at this right, it would be right around, and then what you do is, which is fast, it's looks very nice when you do it in that order. And then sometimes it gets a little crazy. Okay, now, got myself all dirty over here. All right, so now you want to give it like a little bit of taste. You give a little bit of style in there. A little bit of style in there, all right? And this will be colored in, right? Give a little style in there. Give a little style in there. This is style that you create as you go, just to give it like, just something that you can give it that extra little. All right, now, as you go, you know, usually people black, blue, you can use a blue, you could use a high tone yellow for some stuff. So what I do on this, is you just, what I figured out is try to figure out, like I said, this is just freehand. Like, this is just something where it just gives it some depth, gives it like something to look at, and that's just giving it some little bit of love, right? So now you want to take like a black color. This one's pretty beat, but you could take a black color and you give it a little shape around. Like I said, when you're doing something, just always remember the creativity comes from how fast you can make it. And it doesn't always have to be the most perfect, but you just want it to stick out. So what I mean by stick out, now you want to throw in whatever you can that match. So let me turn this for you. So now you have something that alright, something right, put enough right there where they could see when you look at it. And like I said, this is all freehand. I've never done this style. Sometimes when you're doing graffiti and you're doing the best thing to do is just try to get it to where it's as original as you want, right? So these Posca markers on this actually work really well, and it gives it like a nice depth, and that's what you want. You just want something to stick out. When you walk in your house. Art is a form of expression without words. You just love art for what the colors are, what it means, you know, and like meaning about art is something that whatever you want it to feel like it means to you. And it's just a colorful thing. So boom, like I did those, I'll throw some of these in here. And like again, you could do anything else you wanna do it, try to do it where there's not, where you can look at it and just give it in the little space, you know. And if you even want, you can make with another color something, so that's missing something, right? We feel like that's missing something, and I'll show you what that is. It's gonna be, it could even be another, see if the green will even go in there, or even a black. You see, the black will help out. I'll show you something. So that's what you want to see. Just something that's not there, you can make it there. And if you want, you can make it there. And that's just a little something that you could do as just to give it some depth, give it a little bit of fantasy. And then what you could do is you can come and give it its last little pinch, which I feel could go maybe not green, right? Let's try something like, let's do something like this, which is really out the whack, and just give it some, color that one in, color this one in, color that one in, right? And that right there will give it like, just like a quick vibe, you know? And then what you could do is also, what I like to do sometimes is take, maybe we can do maybe we could do this, right? But this little colors are different than the blue we had. So this is what's gonna bring this out. Okay, so we have this little thing will make the biggest difference. And like I said, you're not gonna do it the first time the way that, you know, maybe you wanted it, because, you know, it's really probably hard, you know, to do a piece that has, you know, where you have no control on these particles. Once you mess up on this, you have to make it, you know, you have to make it work. So again, this is just something I've been just working on. And so when you want to do this, right, you want to catch that little red off something, which what I do is I throw some black. I throw some black in the red just to give it that oomph, you know, and that's what you want. Graffiti is all about oomph, not about, you know, just like something you can walk in your house and say, wow, this looks nice. And that's all it's about. Some words, you can get any words you want. You can write your name. Maybe on the next tutorial, I'll show you guys how to do the names pretty quick. Like I said, just give it some flavor. Just give it some flavor. And I guarantee you, like I did this, you can make it happen. And this is another color. So I'm taking the blues and just making it extra style. Something where it's pretty slick, you know what I mean? And then that's just working, you know, that's just working it out. So what you want now, really small letters, you can write whatever you want, right? So I usually do dope could mean something is cool, but dope also kills, right? So that's probably my moniker here, is dope kills. And this will always remind somebody. And you can do your little signature, whatever your signature is, you could throw it like really nonchalantly. So what I usually do, when I do the pieces, I take a really thin one and I write my own little thing in there. So, you know, at the end of the day, even these little things work pretty slick. When you're working on these, you can really make something out of nothing, make really nice. So I could just, it's not even the same yellow, but it still just looks really something you can make, and it'll be really nice. And like I said, you could put like, you can even do some other more colors over here. Like I said, you can do anything with graffiti to make it look. Look, this is a whole nother yellow, and it's like this is like a little touch, you know, and that's your piece for the day, you know, something quick, easy, you know, something that you can even make a piece like this, 20 minutes, sell $15, $20, you know, and that's just using the white as the base. You can also take, now that I have this out right here, I want to show you, you can also take the little white over here and jack this out in black just to give it something different. So let me show you how different this will look. So when you get this going, you can just get the whole vibe of this thing and just make a whole nother outline that will go with it. Because you want to make it look, you want to see the letters. So then when you see the letters, you see that'll even look better if you cover that red, honestly, right? So sometimes you can go right back on, just make sure everything's lined up to that. That's another thing you want to do in graffiti, is always go back and see what you could fix and what you can't fix. You can color over, and then if you like it, you like it. You don't, you don't. You can color around it. I kind of like this. Looks like a flame, but if I take that red out, I'll just show you guys real quick. I can make this more Dapper Dan, as they say. Even if, so sometimes that can happen, use that same, and sometimes you want to give it a thick coat anyway, but see how this right here has a little curve? You want to take that curve out and make it so you can see the lining. See that curve? Make it more oof, and give it that extra. Give it that extra little, And then as you go, you just touch it up, and then you can see as you go where it needs it, where it doesn't. So you see how I gave it that little oomph? Look at that. It's badass. All right, so now this, what I was gonna do, take this, make that. Look right, color it in. And you can always get the white and give it another whirlwind. You can always get the white and give it another whirlwind. And honestly, sometimes like you can use that as your advantage. Look at how much style that has at the end of that little thing right here that we just created. How much style that's created to the piece. So if you want, you can make this a little bit more thicker just to make that come. So it's basically just, see that? All you want to do is get this so it's all one. And then that's what you get. You get an outline, So when you got something that has an outline to it, different coloring, different vibe,